Hello, guys. Good morning, Facebook. Good evening. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. All right, I know this one is actually impromptu, but I just want to quickly come on live here and just share some brief thoughts with you all. First of all, happy weekend. It's a wonderful day. Actually enjoying myself here. Beautiful Saturday morning over here. This is 25 minutes past 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. And I know uh, currently in the Middle East, this should be about Middle East and Asia, this should be about, in the afternoon. In the US, this should be early in the morning. And, different countries, different continents. Thank you for wherever you're joining. So please, if you are joining this or you are watching a rebroadcast of this, if you are watching a replay, please just quickly tell us where you are tuning in from and what is the time over there. What time are you watching this? Okay, I just want to quickly come on live here and then share some brief thoughts with you guys. My week has been very wonderful, very very wonderful, and actually encounter many things, couple of challenges and all of that. Dealing with different people. Uh, and that was what resonated to me sharing this. I I saw something somebody posted it on Facebook some days ago. An individual who was broadcasting about business and all of that. Funny enough, this individual is an employee and he was teaching people how to start a business. I was now wondering, how can somebody who is not into a field, it's just like I'm not an engineer, I want to teach you on how to repair a vehicle or a car. I might give you the wrong steps. So sometimes when we're talking about entrepreneurship and starting a business and all of that, we have to also be very very careful on the kind of advices we give. Don't give an advice that does not work for you or what you haven't really experienced. So, but that's by the way anyway. I just want to quickly share this thing with us. Three important reasons why you need to start your own business. You need to start your own home-based business. Okay, now this is it. Somebody I follow, and some of you know more about him, actually an expert when it comes to the personal development field, Jim Rohn. He says something. He said profits are better than wages. Profits are better than wages. And then one of the things he actually said, late Jim Rohn, profits are better than wages. And one of the things he actually said was, wages only make you a living, and then profits make you a fortune. But now it doesn't necessarily mean being in business you have to make fortune. It's not every business that can make you fortune, and most of the time it's not everybody that can make fortune in business. So sometimes you can be in a particular business, other people are making fortune from it while you are struggling. Do you understand me? Now you can also be in a particular field that can't allow you to make fortune, so it depends. So one of the major reasons I want to talk about here is gaining control. Like I said, I've been dealing with a couple of things throughout the week, and a couple of things. For instance, I think it was on Monday or so, I actually met a guy on LinkedIn. The guy contacted me, and all of that was not just a guy, about two or three different occasions, three different people contacted me on LinkedIn. I was like, if I know any corporation that is actually giving out employment and all of that. Now when I actually probed and asked, what I discovered was this individual actually lost their job due to the pandemic. And that is one of the major reasons I think you need to start your own business to gain control. Now this is it, but get it clear. Now, being in business doesn't mean you cannot be affected by situations. No, there are many business people who lost their businesses during this pandemic. But then being in business actually gives you control, because why? You have opportunity to start up afresh, and then depending on how wise you are as a businessman, as a business individual, you will know how to mitigate risk, in the sense that when, like some business, what they do is during this pandemic period, what they do, some of them sell off some part of their business, they sublet it, so they have more liquid cash to withstand the ups and downs during the pandemic, the losses they have made. Some business people, that's why saving and investing is very important as well as a business person. Because, thank you very much for joining us. So because as a business person, sometimes things can come out of your way, like that. During this pandemic now, many people have lost money. So what a lot of individuals are looking for right now is money to actually start invest back into their business. But if you're an employee, obviously many employees have lost their job, and then many companies, are cutting costs now. Cutting costs in the sense that they are not looking for a way to take their business online. I saw an article which I think I've talked about my previous live broadcast here on Google, where they said about 80% of their staffs is going home. Some of them are leaving they are being automatic termination, while some of them that are going home are going to start working from home. Do you understand me? Now that means most of those brands have found a way to mitigate the risk of having most staff actually booked in a particular location as an office. Now, which means they can plough or they can work their business thoroughly from home. What are we talking now? Instead of you working for somebody from home, why don't you work for yourself? So that is the first thing. You have to gain control. Right now, I feel there's a high level of lack of control over the world, especially for people who work for that book. Now, this broadcast is not just tailored to people if you know you work. It's not just tailored to workers or employees. It's also tailored to entrepreneurs, especially those who are kind of self-employed. And this is also, you must also understand that there's a difference between being self-employed and being a business person. Being a business owner. If you are self-employed, you don't own any business. Your business owns you. If you are an hairdresser, you are a tailor, you are a barber, you are a driver, whatever thing you do, you are self-employed. That means you work for yourself. You don't own any business. Get it very clear. So owning a business is different from being self-employed. You can be self-employed, you can work for yourself, but it's different from owning a business. Owning a business means you own an equity, because if you define business in the real sense, business simply means an equity that can exist with or without your presence. Okay. Okay, good, awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Aziz. All right, good. So owning a business is different from being self-employed, and being self-employed is different from owning a business. So what I'm actually talking about here, when I talk about being in business, I'm talking about owning a business that you could actually have people work on that business on your behalf, and then have more time freedom for yourself. So the first thing, one of the first reasons you need to start a business now is to gain control. Go control. This pandemic has ushered us into a new era. Things have changed drastically in the market. If you look at the way things are going on right now, things have changed. Many brands right now are pivoting their business model. Do you understand me? So I think one of the best things anybody can do for yourself, especially if you work for somebody or if you are self-employed, is to actually, now if you are self-employed, which is good, it's not bad. But what about if there's a way you could pivot? For instance, you barb. What about creating a chain or barbing salon using your own brand? Creating a chain of barbing salon using your own personal brand. Do you understand me? Now, if there's some business model that you can't pivot. Do you understand me? For instance, that you sell. Okay, let me not use this example. Okay, that's by the way. So if you know your business model, you can't scale it. That means you can't expand it. You can change. You can switch. And then go into a business that can allow you leverage and build freedom for yourself. So, first thing why you need to start your business is to gain control. Gain control. Like I said, profits are better than wages. You gain control of yourself, gain control of your time, gain control of your finances. Gain control. Personally, that is one major reason why I started a business. I'm the kind of person that, I love working with people, but I'm not this kind of person that love taking instruction. Having somebody to direct you what to do, what not to do, when to come to work, when to wake up, and all of that. That doesn't mean I'm not disciplined. I'm very, very disciplined, and I work very hard. But I'm not that kind of person that loves, taking instruction from people. I love challenges, and then one of the major reasons I love business is business gives you the opportunity to face challenges and surmount. Face challenges, take risk, and grow. I'm the kind of person I love growth. Any particular situation, any particular level I am, if I stay there for too long, I become very obsolete. And I'm not that kind of person. So that is one major reason why you need to go in business for yourself. So the second reason quickly is some of you want to know about this. Okay, good. The second reason why you need to go into business for yourself is to earn more money. Now, I think this is obviously one of the major things many people don't talk about. A lot of people don't talk about money. I think somebody said there are three things many people don't like to talk about. Some people don't talk about money. A lot of people don't talk about sex, and then many people don't talk about personal development. But these three things holds a very important priority in our individual lives: money, sex and relationship, and then personal development. These three things, they are very, very important. But funny enough, many people don't talk about it. But guess what? We all do these things all the time. We all do these things all the time. And then one of the major reasons why many people don't talk about money all the time is because some people have a negative perception when it comes to money. Some people that believe that making more money will make you a sinner, or pursuing money. I've seen many people, even brethren in church, having to accuse you for simply trying to build a business that can give you more money. Or maybe you are pursuing a contract, pursuing a business project that will actually bring a major wave to your business. Many people try to ridicule you. Do you understand me? Because of some people's bad perception about business. But let me tell you the secret truth. It is very important you need to earn more money. You that is watching this webinar, you need more money. You need more money. Now, I was actually having a discussion, with our team a couple of days ago. And one of them was actually asking, some of our top leaders asking, what will additional $5,000 do for you? What will additional $10,000 do for you? What will additional $1,000 do for you and your family? Because many of us right now obviously are living the kind of life that we don't want. And then one of the major things I think that is actually making many individuals live those kind of life is lack of money. It's lack of money. It is one thing to be comfortable, able to feed yourself, pay your rent, pay your bills and all of that. But that is not really life. There's life far beyond paying bills, where you can live a life of freedom, where you can even think of help people. Because I tell people, you can't help people when you are broke, when you are struggling, living from hand to mouth, especially this particular period in time where many people are losing their jobs. Many business, their revenues are going very down every single day. Most individuals can't think of helping people in these kind of situations. But what will making more money do for you? So one of the major reasons you have to go into business for yourself is to actually increase your cash flow. Now the term is cash flow. The term is cash flow. That is why I said there is a difference between being self-employed and being a business person. Now, being a business person actually allows you to create cash flow for yourself. For instance, you own a logistic company, or you own a logistic brand. Now, what about if you used to, maybe you have only two ride or two vehicles? You run one yourself and you have somebody who run one for you. What about if you can build a fleet of vehicles and then have individuals who are actually taking ride for you every single day, and increase your customer base? What will that mean to you? That means you increase from 2 to 20, from 20 to 200. That means you have a fleet of over 200 vehicles running for you every single day. Now, one of them is our amazing industry, which I advocate personally, which is network marketing. Now, one of the major reasons I'm so in love with this industry is it's one of the viable means now that any serious individual can create sustainable cash flow for his or herself. I've been into different businesses. My line of business then was cosmetics, and one of the major reasons I choose network marketing is because being one of the viable way anybody can create cash flow, residual income for his or herself, is low risk and high return. Low risk meaning you don't have to invest much capital to start a good network marketing business. As a matter of fact, with as much as $1,500, which is here in Nigeria is about $500,000. Obviously, most companies, you can actually start most companies with far less than that. But I think that is the highest many companies can actually allow you to come in. Thank you very much, Grace. All right, good. That is what most companies can allow you to come in. But you can actually create massive business for yourself. Now, I have a lot of guys also, a couple of my friends from different places who own different companies and businesses. Now, some of these individuals go as much as looking for $100,000 to scale their business. Outside of the risk, the risk of losing that investment, the risk of having most of their staffs run away with their money, and then the risk of managing this, because one thing is working with people is one of the most difficult tasks any entrepreneur could master. But here in network marketing space, you don't work with this individual like you are monitoring them, because it's their own business. If they come in, you are not coming in with your money. They are not running the business with your money. It's their own money. So whatever they get, whatever they put in is in their money. Whether they cash in or they cash out is their money. Of course, your job as a leader, bringing them into the business, is to work with them to help them make money. Do you understand? Now, but the catch here is you don't need to invest huge amount of money to help them get in. They get in by themselves. Do you understand? So good. So that is one of the major reasons I advocate this, because other businesses, like when I started my first business, which was cosmetic, that was I think 7 years ago. 7 8 years ago. One of the major reasons I failed very quickly was lack of resources, and then this lack of resources has to do with capital and people. And I think it's one of the major things most of us lack. You lack access to actually have the right people come and work for you if you are an employer. Because most people who come in to look for a job, obviously some of them are just looking for a way they can make money. And especially in Africa here, you can have somebody working for you and that person is looking for a way to steal your money. It's very, very common. And then to even get the right people, which means you have to have a bulk of money to pay them. But in network marketing, you don't obviously need that. They actually come into the business with their own money. Your job is to work with them. And of course, you have a system already. Anybody can plug into. So that is one reason I advocate. So making more money is one of the major reasons why you need to go into business for yourself. Making more money. Then the last and the most important reason is networking. Networking. Now, there's a saying that says, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And that is one major thing personally I've been so blessed with. Being an entrepreneur, over the years I've actually come in contact with a lot of people. Of course, these days social media has changed the whole game. Some of us actually stay indoor today and we just do all our networking indoor. Sometimes I hardly come offline. For the past 4 months or so, I've not come out to do any networking, whatsoever. But online, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, especially on LinkedIn and Facebook, those are my two major catch. So we use this. Okay, thank you very much, Dayo. Good. So we use these amazing platforms to network all over the world. And then these are individuals. Some of us have not come in contact, but some of us today have actually very close contact together. What am I telling you now? Outside, business per se, some of these individuals you network will end up being people you will spend the rest of your life with. Do you understand me? And then one of the major reasons I think many people live a mediocre life is because many people don't network at all. Many people don't network. If you work for a corporation, for instance, obviously some of the people who are your network are people who, maybe your family members or your colleagues. Or maybe, let me say you are a lawyer, for instance. You work in a chamber. Maybe you go to court, you go to high court, whatever, and then you only have a clique of lawyers as friends. And maybe a few, maybe doctor, you went to the hospital to take some medical checkup and all of that, or somebody you go to a shopping, you met in a shopping mall, but you don't have this vast level of network. Now, this is one major reason I actually advocate starting in business. Obviously, running a business, just like our business, exposes a lot of people. Now, some of them might not be in business with you or might not even patronize you. Get that very well. Everybody mustn't patronize. Everybody mustn't buy into your business or buy into your vision or buy into your concept. Different people with what they love, what they want to do with their lives and all that. So don't force people to actually come into business with you or come and patronize you. Get that very clear. But the catch here is, these are individuals, depending on how you build a relationship with them, these are individuals that will end up, having a lifetime bond with you. And it's definitely worth it, because outside this individual, let me give you an instance. Okay, let me not use this instance. I think I should talk about it briefly. A couple of years ago, I actually came in contact with one of my first mentor and role model, which is Strive Masiyawa. Now, this individual is an amazing person, one of our top fathers here in Africa that most of us follow over the years. Now, because of following this man, I actually came in contact with some amazing people, from different countries. And then from there, I got to, come in contact with this clique of April Logistic Masterminds. And a lot of them are here on Facebook, a couple of my friends. Today, now, Strive Masiyawa, we have not met before. We haven't had any business to do before. Though I follow him, I learn from him for some of his teaching. Funny enough, I've not patronized his business since I knew him. But funny enough, some of the things I've learned from him have actually made a major change in my business and my entire life generally. And then secondly, because of coming in contact with that man, I've actually come in contact with some amazing people who today we do business with. We have a couple of investment and other things put together. So what am I trying to tell you now? Networking is key. Networking is key. It's not something you do at your own convenience. This is one mistake many people do. They network when it's convenient. No, you don't network when it's convenient. You network for a self-interest reason, which is to actually expand your horizon. Expand your horizon. The other day I had some issues, and then I had to actually contact somebody in Europe. Which country was that? Okay, I contacted somebody from Italy. Now, Italy to actually confirm something. Italy and I think Turkey or Romania. Now, these people actually contacted were people we met. I think that should be last year or so. We have not done anything together. As far as some of them didn't agree to actually partner up with us in business. But guess what? Because I have some issues I have to solve, just a simple phone call, those things were resolved for me. And this individual actually took up this whole thing by herself, and I went to different offices, ran through the area for me, and I got what I was looking for. So what am I trying to say now? Networking is key. Networking is key. And then one of the best way to actually network is being in business. Now that doesn't mean you can't network as an employee. If you working a full-time job is your thing, you could also network. But the key here is being in business actually gives you an opportunity to network, especially when you are dealing with this business. Now these are 3 things I want to quickly share with you. Having control, making more money, and then most importantly networking. Now let me quickly clear up this myth that many people have when it comes to business, because personally when I started my journey, I think I also had some of this thing, like I just started business and before you know I would just blow. Now let me quickly clear this thing. Many people think, especially when they want to start a business, they think working a business means you have more time. Okay, let me just clear this myth about time that many people have. Now let me be honest with you. You pay more price when you are working your own business, especially your first 2 years in business, your first 2 to 3 years in business. You pay more price, you work more harder than if you're working for somebody, because now you are in control of your business. You have to sort for, first of all, you have to draft the business plan for yourself. If you are running a traditional business, you have to draft the business plan for yourself. You have to sort for capital and resources. You have to sort for people to work with. So you are more disciplined to build your own business, especially your first 2 to 3 years, than working for somebody else. Because when you're working for somebody else, obviously they have everything laid out for you. All you simply need to do is to come to work when they tell you to come to work, and close when they tell you to close, and then do what they want you to do. Of course, most times some jobs will make you work and frustrate you for life. But the truth here is, when it comes to business, get this myth cleared off. When you start a business, don't start with the fact that you are, after all, or at least you now have time for yourself. Get this thing right. When you're getting to a business, understand very well that at the beginning part of your business, you have to work more harder. Work more harder. That is the truth. So be prepared for it. So don't just come into business and think everything's okay now. You can just go about, relax, wake up whenever you want to wake up. No. It will task you. It will challenge you. You must sort for many things, and that is part of the game. Because one of the things I also discovered is, it's not about the task you do, is the kind of person this task has growing to become. Like I talk about networking. Networking with people, sometimes at the beginning part is not really that easy, because you have to create, build up your own personal self-esteem, your self-image. You have to work on yourself thoroughly before people can accept to network with you, to have anything in common to do with you. So that is number one. Get the mind cleared off. And then the other thing you also have to get clear here is, who do we have here? Katie, thank you very much for joining us. Ooh, how is Houston today? Okay, I think this should be 5 a.m. in Houston, if I'm not mistaken. This should be less than 5 a.m. Good morning. Thank you. You are awake already. Thank you. All right, good, awesome. So, Sabrina Jones is also joining us. Good morning. Good to see you. Bye. Good morning. Okay, good. So one thing, like I said, one of the things you also have to clear off is time. And then the other thing that leads me to the other one is, you are in Florida. Wow. I am in Florida this morning. Awesome. Okay, good morning from Florida. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, guys. So, like I was saying, one of the other things you have to also okay, so please just tell us where you're joining from and what is the time over there. So one of the other things you have to clear off also is, having to work hard. Like I said, at the beginning part of your business, at the beginning phase of your business, or also 5 a.m. Okay, yes, I think 5 a.m. Some minutes past 5. This is 10 minutes to 11 here, which should be, I think 10 minutes to 5 over there, if I'm not mistaken. Early 5 a.m. Okay, you are correct, ma'am. All right, good to talk to you today. All right, I think we have got some discussion. I will try and message you on WhatsApp. So good. So you have to clear this myth for yourself, and then the other thing you also have to clear is it actually costs you some money. Now, I think this is one thing I have to clear because some weeks ago I saw I actually got one person that was talking with me. He wants to actually come in to partner with us, and then one of his major concern was having to raise the money to come into the business. And this is what many people look at when they want to start a business. But let me be honest with you, starting a business is more easier than growing a business. For instance, if a business costs you about 1,000, okay, let me be conservative. If a business costs you about $500, which is about 200,000 naira here in Nigeria, to start that business will obviously cost you about $1,000 to grow, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate. Okay, good. So if a business costs you $500 to start, 200,000 naira, that business will cost you about $1,000, which is about 400K a year to grow that business. It costs you more money to grow a business than to start a business. It will cost you more discipline to grow and scale a business than it is to start a business. So it's not about starting a business. That's why I was talking with my friend yesterday, one of my girlfriends, and she was actually talking about starting a business that has to do with cooking and delivering food to people in offices. One of the things I actually asked her was her willingness or her readiness to to scale the business, because she was so excited, and then she want to start this thing. She's like, come and introduce people to me, come and show me some of your friends who I can be supplying food to and all of that. So like, okay, good, this is good. Let's draft your business plan and everything together. But I asked her one question and she wasn't able to provide the answer to, because this is one major reason why many people fail in business. Statistics have shown times and times that number is that 95% of people who start business fail in their first 1 year. In their first 1 year, 95% of people who start a business fail. And then one of the major reasons is people underrate this thing. It costs you more to scale a business, to grow a business, than it is to start a business. This is it. So when you are starting a business, don't just be excited about the fact that you're starting a business. Also, count the cost. Once somebody said, count the cost. What will it cost you in the future? Because it will cost you something. Anything that we talk about, having more time, having more money, having freedom, being in control, and then having the opportunity to network with people all over the world. Now, one of the major things, you must also know that this thing will cost you. It will cost you. It's going to cost you. That's the truth. It's going to cost you. Early last year, was it last year or last 2 years? Last year, was it last year? Okay, pardon. At the third quarter of last year, 2019, I started an e-commerce startup, which I was running part-time. Now, when I started that business, though at the beginning stage, the business was booming, kind of. We're getting sales and all of that. But the time came, the business, shrinked. How something shrinked drastically. No sales, no revenue. I was losing money drastically on that e-commerce startup. Do you understand me? But the catch here is, personally, I've had this experience times and times with that number. So I know that really, sometimes business takes off at the beginning stage very good, but you get a particular period in time where you have to go through some hurdles. So I was willing to go through those places. So what I did was went deep into me. Of course, I know my reason why I started that business. I knew what where we're going to, and then most importantly, I immersed myself into personal development. I took up some courses, took up some strategies, went for some training, and then I was able to come up with some strategies. And then today, that e-commerce startup is booming. So that's by the way. So what I'm trying to say right now is, it costs you more money to grow a business. It costs you more to grow a business than it is to grow a business than it is to start that business in particular. So always count the cost. Always count cost. Know that thing you are starting, even outside of being excited about that you're starting it, it will actually cost you more, because this is one major reason why many people drop out when it comes to business, and they think business is hard. Sometimes in business you have to lose money. You lose money, you lose relationship. Sometimes you even lose your self-esteem, because some people will even look at you like, this idea you are pursuing won't work. So that is why you must give a commitment to your business. And then this is another thing again, when starting a business, I advise you get something part-time giving you money. I know that might be difficult for some people because they think one of the major reasons why you have to get into business is because you want to leave job and leave working for people. It depends. Some business can take off smoothly and start giving you good money, which is very good. But sometimes you need to actually be pouring in more money to that business. Some businesses might not be giving you what you need at the initial stage. It can be some funny enough, some business you start, the first couple of months might not be able to pay your bills because maybe the turnover you are getting for that business might be very, very small compared to what you need. Sorry, the turnover and the profit you are getting for that business might be very small. Now understand that you are in a building phase, and that will lead me to the second topic I will talk about. So understand the phase you are in the business. So understand that you need to get something part-time doing. Good. So you need to get something part-time doing, and then that can be giving you money. And then this is it, because when we say getting something part-time doing, I've seen some people who started a business, and then because that business was not able to pay their bill, they started something part-time, and then they got distracted. So you started something. Yes, marketing, I understand. Yes, you are correct. Zim, marketing is key. One of my role models will always tell me something. He said, marketing is everything when it comes to business. Every other thing is cost. But that I'll come to marketing. So many people actually get something. I've seen some people, they started a business and they went to get a job, or maybe sometimes not even job. They get something that they could be doing alongside that could be fetching them money, and then they got distracted, so they left the business and they went to focus on a small thing. It's a major mistake. So get that in. Also be very, very careful of the kind of things you get access to raise money for your business. So get it very well. So let's talk about what you talk about right now, marketing and all of that, which is good. Today social media has provided us with a viable means to market products, goods and services all over the world. If you're a network marketer and if you are not leveraging social media, you are making a huge mistake. Network marketing has gone from the era of the traditional stuff. I started this industry that was 4 years plus ago, November this year. No, I'm 5 years, officially 5 years in the industry, in network marketing. When I started, it used to be the traditional means of networking. Personally, I told people my first 3 years in business, I prospected over 4,000 people, over 4,000 individuals. I was doing presentation every single day. Sometimes we give ourselves a target every day. We run through the entire city doing one-on-one. It was horrible. And guess what? It was a no-no throughout. Nobody was willing to join. Nobody was willing to partner with us. Things have changed drastically. So one of the things you must understand right now is the way we market business and services 5-6 years ago has turned. Today, for instance, I use Facebook ad. I'm actually designing a copyright right now. I want to use for an ad this evening for my business to drive in prospects. I talk about the e-commerce I run. All the marketing and everything we do is done online. There's no offline. Of course, I will also do B2B distribution as well. But what am I trying to tell you now? Understand that this concept of marketing has done. So gone are the days where you have to start pitching people and doing that. So of course your job as a networker is to arouse interest and curiosity from your prospects and then offer value. And of course, depending on the company you are building with, like you right now, you are part of us in this project of iBoomerang. We have something very unique that is currently disrupting the entire industry. So you have something amazing to offer. So don't be shy of marketing, marketing your products and all of that. People are looking for your service. People are looking for what we are offering. People are looking for opportunity. So be bold about it. All you need to do is to, get in touch with your upline or somebody who actually brought you the business, and let's devise a good strategy for you to use. And from there, you can be able to drive in traffic to your presentation and let everybody see the opportunity. But like I was saying, we have different marketing channels you can use: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Now, I highly recommend LinkedIn. Now, for the past 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months ago, I took interest in LinkedIn. Now, I've been hearing about LinkedIn before, but I wasn't really interested about it. First of all, I didn't know how to go about it. I had a LinkedIn account that was far back 2018, but I never really paid attention to it. Even last year, I never paid attention to it. Early this year, I started hearing about LinkedIn. How can I leverage LinkedIn? So I decided to go deep into it, become very curious. Started watching YouTube videos and all of that. What I saw amazed me. Now, do you know that LinkedIn is one of the best sites right now for any businessman to be involved in? Today I use LinkedIn. I have over 2,000 connections already on LinkedIn. So I recommend, if you're having issues networking, go to LinkedIn. Now please and please don't spam people on your LinkedIn. That's one major mistake some individuals who are involved in home-based business do. Don't spam people. Your job is to arouse curiosity and ask questions. Ask leading questions. Identify the problem of your prospect and then offer solution to them. That is exactly what we are offering. So don't spam people. Yes, thank you very much, man. LinkedIn is an amazing platform. I use LinkedIn now more than Facebook. You know, one of the reasons I don't do most posting here again on Facebook is we have a lot of first of all, we have a lot of fake accounts, especially people who are using it for fraudulent activities. Right now, many people are using Facebook for fraud. We have many fake accounts. Outside that too, many people come to Facebook here just to play. So most time I don't use Facebook for networking. I use it because Facebook is one of the largest network and we have a lot of people. But out of 10 people you actually get in contact with on Facebook, you only have about 2 or 3 who are business inclined. Do you understand me? While on LinkedIn, out of 10 people you have about 8 or 9 who are business inclined. So you have a higher ratio of people who are more ready for business than Facebook on LinkedIn. So I prefer to go to LinkedIn and build a soluble network than Facebook. Now that doesn't mean Facebook is bad. Facebook is very, very good. So I advocate for Facebook, but I prefer LinkedIn far more than Facebook. So that is a very good marketing channel. Of course, one of the other ways you can also drive traffic also, if you're having issues with that, is using Facebook ad. Using Facebook ad. You know, it's an amazing concept you can use to drive your business. That's what many individuals are using now, and it works magic. So that is that. Thank you very much, guys. I have something to do right now, so I have to call it a day. I love you. Please, you are watching a replay of this. Just tell us where you are watching from, and as it going over there, you can share this, you can rebroadcast this so that somebody can, you know, hear about this. Some of the minds you have to get cleared up about business. You know, when you are coming to business, don't come in with the mindset that you have a thorough time for yourself. Understand very well that at your first 1 to 2, 3 years in business, you have to spend more time building your business. You have to give it more attention. Most importantly, you have to invest cash. Now also understand that many people who understand what you are building. So be prepared to face rejection. It's part of the process. And then guess what? Some of you who are involved in networking, you think it's only networking that you face rejection. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I had a friend of mine who was saying he was preparing to raise about $100,000 for an investment into his company. And then when they drafted the list, he said he's actually raising, drafting a list to get in touch with about over 5,000 people in the next 90 days. I was amazed. 5,000 people. I was shocked. And this individual is involved in a traditional business. So what am I trying to tell you now? Everybody goes through the rejection because out of those 5,000 people, he's only looking for 500. So he's actually going for 1% of the 100%. Thank you very much, Sabrina. Thank you. All right, good. So he's actually looking for 1% out of the 5,000 people. What are we talking about? Everybody goes through this rejection and everything. It's a numbers game. So work the numbers and the number will definitely work for you. Thank you very much, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Have a lovely weekend. And if you are watching this, you are keen or you are interested in going into business for yourself, but you don't know how to, or you don't need a viable business to actually get plugged into, or you need advice on that, please get in touch with me. We have something very cool that might interest you or you might want to actually be a part of. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. Boom, boom.